Welcome in to episode 16 of our Let's Play Humankind series at Humankind difficulty. The last episode was a pretty monumentous episode for us. The Empire reached kind of its apex as of yet. We fully conquered our continent. Our long double war against 100 Games, 100 Days, our neighbor, is over. We have conquered our continent, we have eliminated an opponent from the game, and now we need to recover from our war, essentially. This has been a long-lasting kind of thing that's put a drain on our empire from a resource standpoint. Our production is very low, I think, as a result of this. We have a lack of infrastructures, we have a lack of general districts being built, and we're rapidly approaching the end of the medieval era. So those are the things that we'll be covering today in this episode, and hopefully progressing pretty close to being able to move up. We're going to be on the cusp if things go smoothly here. We also have some pressure, geopolitically speaking, from our major rival Icarus, who is currently leading the game. We need to figure out how we can maybe take him down a notch to be able to catch back up. We've got a bunch of things to get done. If you missed any of the episodes in this series and you'd like to catch up on how we got to where we are right now, the link below in the description is a link to episode 1 of the series. You can catch up on everything there and watch all of the episodes leading up to now to see how we got to this point. If you like the content, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you know when we release these videos. Thank you for watching. Let's jump in and see how the end of the medieval era will transpire. How are we going to get our empire kind of back on track and headed in the right direction, heading in to the rest of the game? Here we are, of course, back in our capital city of Anug. We're at 28 population still. Look, population is one of the things that's also suffered as a result of this. 21 pop in Urim, 28 pop in Anug. I feel like these are not like really high population numbers necessarily. So I think that we need to continue pressing towards agrarian stars. One of the big things we're going to focus on is maximizing stars. We've got our military stars. We're only 2 techs away from our science star. That's going to cause us some problems. We probably aren't going to get any merchant stars, and that's fine. We want to try to snag this last agrarian star. We want to try to snag at least a couple of these builder stars. We have no builder stars in this era as of yet, which is kind of shocking. We're definitely going to get at least one of these aesthete stars, which is definitely a good thing for us. And then hopefully we can snag at least one more of these diplomat stars. So we have several stars left to snag. A 3rd level star, a 3rd level star here, at least a 2nd level, a 1st level, and then maybe like a 1st and 2nd level. I don't know if we'll get all 3 of the builder stars. There's a lot of builds that would have to happen to make that go down, and we're not really putting in high production things. So we're gonna have to kind of balance working on maybe a few infrastructures to balance out our cities and make everything kind of the way that we need it to be alongside this. I also took a quick look at the available early modern cultures just to remind myself of what's available. And if we want to focus production, there's actually only one option for us in this. That's the Muggles. +2 industry per number of territories in your sphere of influence on capital. Our sphere of influence has been challenged. I'll show it to you in a second. So this may not be awesome for us, but we do get access to the Jama Masjid, which gets us +3 industry per worker, which is a big number usually. Plus we get base +3 industry, and it's a really nice setup for like an industrial area where you surround your maker's quarters, because industry per adjacent maker's quarter is +3. So if we want to put in some more basic industry quarters around these Jama Masjids, that would be really handy for us production-wise. That might be a direction that we try to go. It is the only, I believe, I quickly scanned through them, and from what I remember, it is the only builder affinity for sure, and I believe it's the only culture with a maker's quarter as their option. So there are plenty of options in the early modern for who we might choose, but the Muggles looking like probably one of the better ones for us if we want to push industry a little bit. That would be an option for us. So we'll pay attention to that as we go. They get taken oftentimes by the AI because of that fact, because I think the AI value production as well, and so that's something we need to think about. Right now, all of our cities are looking good. We have de-emphasized science. We're hoping to stay away from that science cap. We have plenty of time to get there. We have lots of vassalization going on. So Icarus, remember, is currently the vassal of Plosif, and Burley is currently the vassal of Nox. So we're the only empire without a vassal, and that's because we eliminated our continent partner. So lots of vassalization happening. I found this is very true in games of Humankind over the course of the last little bit, particularly since the last update came out several months ago, is vassalization happens a lot now. There's a lot of aggressive wars and a lot of like leverage use in order to kind of gain footholds from that standpoint. And then there's been a lot of vassalization from what I've seen in my games. So let's jump in. I think we're ready just to hit the ground running. We just finished conquering Huatu. All of our cities are kind of working on what we want them to work on. I've got everything set up the way we want to get that set up. There was one thing that I did remember. We're sending an army in this direction to go and potentially, if it remains unconnected, I'd like to burn this down and take it, because that would allow us to connect up to our random claim up here. That might be really nice. There's also a resource in this territory. There's salt. That would be handy for us. I don't really want to incite a war with Icarus, but I'm wondering if we could get away with burning this down just on the off chance that that happens. I'm also kind of paying attention to what's happening here, because I believe there's currently a war between Icarus and Burley. Actually, we can check. Yes, so there is a war going on between the remaining empires are all fighting each other currently. If this gets burnt down for some reason, we could sneak in here and also make this claim. Not as critical a claim. There's no resources here. It would just be a nice expansion on our New World city. So we're paying attention to what's happening with the rest of the wars, debating whether to burn this down. And we had one final thing that I'd forgotten we were going to do, and that was Akkad. Akkad has the Pamukkale in it, which would be lovely to just add into our capital, which already has multiple beautiful wonders in it. So I would love to actually just go conquer Akkad. It would also get rid of a bunch of kind of bonuses that other people are getting. So I would love to jump in here and grab Akkad solely to be able to claim the Pamukkale. We would just burn it down, arguably, and then just blend it into our capital, probably. That's probably what we want to do. So I am maneuvering an army. This army, right, is on its way back over here. I'm kind of wondering if that army would be enough to take this city. There's only 4 population. We'll have to pop it over here to check it. We also have Plosif with like large standing armies over here, and so there's potential for ramifications if we enter that territory. Lots of navy as well floating around. It's a threatening position. This seaboard is going to become kind of an important thing to hold. It would be aggressive, certainly, to try to take Akkad, but I really want to try. We don't really need to do it till the next era, but I'm just going to prep, do some like a little bit of scouting with my army that we got, remember, from our militarist ability. So these guys are all just peasants. They're going to go do some scouting for me. We're going to see what's going on in Akkad, how much we need to be able to take from Akkad in order to make that happen. I'm definitely debating now taking this army and moving them in this direction to potentially assist with that war. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to move them actually towards my capital, maybe, and get them kind of in this-ish area. I'm just going to get them going in that direction. That's going to be the plan for those guys. That does leave this side of the map kind of undefended currently, but there's a lot of water over here. I'm going to have an army that's going to be on this side of the map, and we're friendly with Burley, right? We have an alliance with Burley, so I'm not worried about that. Icarus is everywhere at this point, so there's problems potentially there, but I think that we should be fine as we start jumping into things here. Let's do a quick check on our religion. Our religion is actually holding strong and now beginning to maybe have a little pushback on Zoroastrianism, which had kind of taken everything over. We have a lot of holy sites now. We're producing a lot of faith. So I think we'll be able to kind of keep our religion afloat here, especially as we start to get those stupas in, because they are a religious district. And we've been putting in wonders at a pretty regular pace as well. From an influence standpoint, we do have a decent influence. Our influence is actually kind of pushing out really nicely, and we don't even have all of our emblematics in, which are going to boost our influence even more. So I think that looks pretty good. And if we check our civics, we do have religious minorities available to us, but we don't really have many people following a foreign religion. And I'm still debating whether or not we'd want to even do this, right? Are we taking the faith and stability? We'll figure out if we need that or not at a later time. And then conquered empires, I don't really feel the need to have. We're also, now we don't have a ton of influence. We might want to keep some around for enacting civics or comboing this in. They burnt down all my stuff here, right? All of my harbors. I'd love to attach this. Oh, can we actually attach it right now? Even though this army is in it? Because we've got an excess of 49%. And if I just come here and plop my Naust in again, I could just instant attach that and it just force plosives units out of it, right? I think that's, if we could do that, that's what I want to do. So let's get this back in. We'll put the Naust back in, and then we will attach right away. Hey, there we go. Okay. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time. I was gonna wait and maybe do it in the next era, but that works splendidly. We got the Naust down, and now we'll be able to build in another harbor here as well. Won't be able to buy the harbor in, unfortunately, which we had before. It got burnt down. We would have had the harbor on the Naust, which we actually had both of them in, and they got burnt down by plosives military. But that gets us another claim. It also gets us access to yet another wonder, which is probably a misstep on my part, having not attached this earlier. +2 science per researcher and +5 science on city. So now we're getting additional stability. We're also getting additional science, which again, we probably didn't need that science because we're going to probably end up burning science again as we seek other stars. But we're building in districts at a rapid pace. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of turns to get all these in. We need to start getting our Naust down as well, however many of those we want. We should probably start one-turning Naust at some point. We might think about starting that soon. I mean, I feel like we should get the Adubas at least. The Adubas should go in. So I might wait 6 turns. I don't know. We'll see. I need to start one-turning Naust at some point here because we're trying to push. Well, the other problem is if we start one-turning stuff, we're never going to get those builder stars, right? So we really need to push for builder stars, then one-turn some Naust, and then that will basically signal our move up. So, all right, let's press the enter button and progress. We also have, remember, our new navies that we discovered. There's some leverage for us, which is good. Another cog. Oh my goodness, we're getting boats everywhere. Our navy is expansive now. 4 curiosities collected on that turn. 1 cog, some gold, another chunk of gold, and then 80 influence and 70 science. That is excellent. And this is specifically why getting boats out, particularly when you get into the medieval era specifically, you want boats out as much as you can because boats will be collecting those naval curiosities all over the place. This is one of the reasons why picking the Norsemen is, again, highly advantageous. I've got my envoys out. Most of them are actually in boats at this point. The envoys are primarily just floating around in boats collecting curiosities along with my navy. And they have huge movement advantages from being the Norsemen. And so I'm able to kind of collect all of those curiosities faster than everybody else. Number one, because I've got boats in like small groups floating around everywhere. My envoys were all out anyway. And so they all jumped out there getting those curiosities because they can now go further. And it's resulting in some nice yields for us, including full-on navies that we wouldn't have otherwise had, right? We just would not have otherwise had those navies. So all of that looking pretty good for us. What are we going to do with some of these naval units? Here's these guys. They're crossing. We might want to stay in the water, to be honest. In fact, I think I'm going to. We're just going to stay in the water here. This guy is taking damage, which we don't really want him to do. So let's go grab this. We'll just do this path right here. We'll get out of claimed land. We don't want to take that damage anymore. Some more gold for us. That's 5 curiosities in the water on this turn. And we'll just have this guy kind of float along behind this navy, and we'll add him in when we reach our destination. All right, where are we headed? This island is fascinating, and it's currently being claimed by the Free Peoples, which is excellent. It's hilarious. There looks like there was a lot of contention here between several militaries, so there's a lot of military action happening in this vicinity. How do I want to get through, though? It's going to take actually telling me... Oh, I actually can't because of... Oh, that's... They attached in a way that I cannot make it back through. Interesting. So I would need open borders, effectively, with Icarus in order to get my navy through there. That's painful. I don't want to go all the way around. That's a long journey back. Can I negotiate for that?
Welcome.
I mean, probably not. It's tyrannical. In fact, we don't even have the ability to do that. Let's renounce that really quick.
It's not worth worrying
If
about.
7 demands levied against us. War score is incredibly high. We now have enough leverage to placate them pretty well.
Are you wine or are you vinegar?
Let's see. We have 3 turns before we can do anything there. Still could buy this ambergris. We're at 99 gold per turn, but again, we don't need to push science, and our stability is actually fine right now.
On your mind.
So unless we can get something that's non-science based, I'm not like convinced we have to have that. We could buy a bunch of copper. That would be something to think about as we get into kind of that area. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff we could renounce here as well.
Yes, greetings. I hope you don't mind if I stare.
Okay. All of those things seem to be going smoothly for us. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do with our boats, though. These boats, we're going to swing. We don't really need them down here to support. These boats might even just stay at home. Just put these guys back over here. I think those boats maybe stay as our home guard navy, because I don't know if we need them out here necessarily. I'm so tempted to burn this down. It's not like it's going to cause any differences to burn it down. This army will take too many turns to burn it, so we want to do it when we get the full army back in. When this army arrives, we'll try to do it, though, I think. I just don't foresee a world in which we're not going to do that. I guess we got to take a different route. This is not what I had planned for these guys. So let's just go join with this guy. We're going to have to send them back around in a different direction. That's kind of a bummer. Those attachments kind of ended up being a pain for us. These guys will just hang out for a little bit. Okay, and I think we can just end turn. We got builds going in all of our cities now, I believe. Except for Huatu, they have some stability issues. Well, they actually don't. We could actually switch off of this aqueduct. Except for them can't build anything else currently. Like, district-wise, we can't actually build anything. We could build something else that gets us more production after it's done. While we're waiting. That might be the play here, right? Like, do something like a forge. Rather, because we're already going to an excess of 9, so having the aqueduct in doesn't actually help us all that much. Although, we're going to make more attachments, though. So, let's just stick with our plan. We'll stick with our plan there. Again, not helping us with our builder stars, but we've got builder star stuff going in everywhere else. We're going to one-turn Stupa here, so that's good. So I think we're cruising. Here. There is our alchemy research. There is our first builder star. Our religion is spreading, and there's another curiosity for us, and we're selling some stuff to people.
Friend, so pleasing to see you again.
Fox is apparently afraid of us now, which is not, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. Let everyone head out along their way. This army is going to go do the scouting that we talked about, so let's just get them. We'll just see if that's still a move that's available to us. We'll just kind of head in that direction. This army, I think we just keep them in the water, right? Keep them in the water, because we can move much faster in the water than we can on land, even with these land units. Oh, perfect. We can collect that with them on their way through. There is more gold that we've discovered. These guys got to go all the way around, which is kind of unfortunate. I think I'm going to take them there myself, actually. They won't take too much damage. We'll just kind of move them around ourselves. These guys are headed back to our land, basically to act as like a defense force. I think we just stick them in this Clothon, maybe. Just have them hang out, like, right here. Maybe put them on auto-explore for a little bit. We could go grab... Oh, our envoys are kind of taking care of all the curiosities, to be honest, so I'm not too concerned with that. Here's our tech. We're cruising at 926, and we don't even have all our stupas or our dubas in yet, which is kind of wild. We've got this boosted. Actually might research guilds just because it's not boosted, because I don't want it to get boosted. Let's just plug into that. We'll just gotta keep cranking. Where's the per copper? We already have the per copper one. We probably should buy copper and then put that in to boost our industry. That might be one of a really good move for us. We have 8 copper ourselves. We could buy access to a ton more copper from Burley. And if we then put in, let's see, which one is it? It's our forges, right? Yeah, the +1 industry per copper. If we bought all the copper in the game and put the forge in, I think that would be worth just a absolutely Like, it's going to be worth a ton of industry for each of our cities. And I think that would be hugely beneficial for our cities. So we might think about doing something like that pretty early in the next era, or at least once we stop kind of putting in the builds. Our hamlets are definitely something we have to focus on because all of our cities are nearing population cap as well. So we should probably think about that as we kind of build in all of our emblematics still. Canceled agreements from Plosive. Double canceled agreements.
Your empire is
All-
an enigma.
All of these agreements are now canceled, and Plosive is now aggressive towards us. So that just tells us something about the possibility of war with Icarus, probably more than anything. Burley is getting fought across the globe. We got 2 more Curiosities, a money one, double money. Okay, so we're kind of rolling in dough at this point. We've got agreements that we can address.
Tell me your concerns, friend.
These are all 5 turns, so it's fine. We're going to let those sit for now. We're going to hope that Burley doesn't get vassalized. It's possible. It's entirely possible that Burley gets vassalized, to
Sight
be
for
honest.
sore eyes.
These guys can grab this. Another Curiosity, and then now we're back in our territory. So we can cruise these guys. I guess we're just gonna sail them all the way over here, because that's gonna be our fastest route. These guys are ready. A boat. Get Icarus's boat. I mean, we can start fighting. We can start like open water fighting if we feel that war is like on its way potentially. These boats, I'm really sorely tempted to just have them sit and kind of watch, but I might put them on auto explore for just a little bit. We'll just have them kind of sail around our land. They should stay relatively close to our land on auto explore, but we'll keep an eye on that a little bit because I don't want to lose my naval presence around my actual continent. We want to make sure that we're well defended there in case a war does break out. Again, we got a tyrannical with 100 war support. And like multiple demands, right? Like these demands this is like, they've demanded like all of my territories. It's absolutely wild. So if that war comes to fruition, winning that war will become like hyper important. So we need to be like moderately prepared for that. And really, I'm more concerned about this city, Palataputra on the New World rather than on my main continent. The main continent, I feel like, is relatively well defended. Do we have the ability to... What? Okay, I need to... Like, what is Corral? Corral has 1, 2, 3, 4 attachments currently. Huatu has just 1. So Huatu will take this one and this one to get it to 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Corral already has 4, but I think Corral should take this 5th. I think Corral takes this 5th territory. There's 3 pop here, but we get 21 food. I wonder if we just run this attachment now. We have the Noust in here already? Yeah, we've got the Noust in here already. Just run this attachment? I feel like we do. Just boost Corral even more. 15. That dropped from 100 to 15? That's a large... I don't quite understand what just happened. Holy smokes. That's a 75% reduction? Does it go up exponentially now as we do this? That is a massive reduction. Okay, so now we need to fix... They're actually putting turns into Tota G, which actually doesn't help that. Did all of my cities just lose a bunch? No. It's not because we lost a trade route. Boy, that is a painful... That is a painful little attachment. I guess it's because there was 2... We've got the 2 harbors. Is there a 3rd? Was there a Chthon in this as well? There's not. Oh, this one is going to have the Chthon. It's going to have the Noust, and it's going to have... We're going to be able to put a 3rd. Inheriting these Chthons is going to be an awesome thing for us. Okay, well, we have to pay attention and crawl to stability now. So maybe we stop building the Tota G. Although it can 9-turn the Tota G in, which is not bad. But we need Builder Stars anyway, right? So we can get +5 stability for having a city watch. We have no researchers in this city right now. We could switch to researchers and then push science really hard. We don't really want to do that. Yikes. We build a garrison? I'm not actually entirely sure what our solution is here. That dropped it so far. We 1-turn this in just to like stem... something from them, and then just kind of see, we'll just kind of see what happens, I guess. Wild. Okay. Alright, what are we building in our other cities? Let's double check. Make sure that we're getting Dubas, we're getting Stupas in. More madness is spreading. More resources are being sold. Burley has ended a treaty. Customs union to cheap trade. Burley, why would we do that?
Tell me your concerns, friend.
Why? Just gonna
We would
repropose it?
all benefit from growing closer, don't you think?
I don't
The
want to trade
proposal
with
is
Burley
sloppy. My answer
before
is
that
no.
war ends. We're down to 44 gold as well? Is that because he canceled the customs union?
Oh, please.
Oh boy. Things are getting a little sticky. Things are getting a little sticky. I don't love that. My guys are floating. My guys are floating around everywhere. I'm gonna... Oh no! He attached it! We have to get across now. We're gonna take a ton of damage on this. We could have gone and touched that, I guess. That might have been the play. I don't know. I guess we just take damage while we try to collect all these. Man. Okay. Alright. Things are always interesting in this game. Let's reset our policy. Because our food was not fully fleshed out. Okay, so we have just a smidge of population room to play with. So we can probably build in a Noust here. This is probably a good play. Get our Noust in right away. That's a lovely spot for it. I don't feel the need to like double it up. We want to maximize food, right? Our objective here was to maximize food, so I think we'll just put it here. We'll build in that Noust, and then we might as well just get our second Noust in here as well, and probably our third one. So let's just put all of them down. We have one more that we could put over here for 29. Let's just put them all down. If we need to start one turning, that way this city will be prepped and ready to just like cycle through. And again, we were going for builder stars anyway, so we want to try to get as many built. And that's a cheap build in that city, so I think we're good there. Fading pop. There's an Ascete star. We got now we got Zoroastrianism spreading again. Maybe we should get Tota G built in. Push our faith. We got 3 territories converting to madness. We got 2 converting to Zoroastrianism. So a lot of interesting things happen from a faith perspective. We got more grievances. Burley is forgiving, oppressing the faithful now. Okay. Okay. Bringing these guys across, and yeah, I think we're just gonna come onto land here, I guess, right? That's the objective. These guys are gonna grab that. I'm just gonna keep them in the water. We're just gonna come collect all of this. There's so many. Oh my gosh. You see how many of these we can get? We'll be able to get both of these and get back onto land on the next turn. Ooh, that's nice. These guys got stuck in the water. I don't think there's going to be any curiosities through here to collect. Maybe over here there might be. Like, I don't know. I guess we can ship these guys off into the water. Want to be careful though, because again, like there are quads and boats and things floating around on our potential war part. Oh, we just passed both of these up, so I guess this army will take a quick. Actually, you know what'll happen? Let's split. Let's take this guy. Let's do a quick transfer. We'll transfer him out. We'll come grab these with him. This guy can join. This guy can actually join this army when they make landfall, just to get them to full stack. We might even upgrade him. We've got the money to do it. Unicorn's Horn. A disagreeable consequence of your great renown is the stream of desperate chancers and snake oil salesmen mingled amongst the genuine opportunities brought before you. Today brings a self-proclaimed legendary hunter from a far-off land who claims to have snared a unicorn. He presents what he professes to be the fabled beast's horn and swears it will heighten the radiance and physical energy of whoever owns it. It is an elegant and unusual object to be sure, but the odd twisted markings along it could be artificial. Should you then get the horn? You can requisition it, but I don't like the idea of going down that path. We could experiment on it, which gives us science and a lack of money, which I'm actually not like super thrilled about potentially. Because we don't need science right now. But that could be something that would be good for us. This pushes us in the direction of faith. It costs us 1,000, but it gets us plus 10 this is not worth 1,000 gold for celebrating. We don't need it on a nug. If it was on If it was on the Corral, we'd probably take this. So I think we're actually... I guess we could requisition it. That wouldn't hurt us a ton. Rather than take... Reducing our money per turn for 10 turns is actually kind of painful for me. I don't actually think I want to do this. I think I'm going to requisition it. I'm going to requisition it. We're going to see what happens. I've never done it before, and we're going to see what this narrative event might be. Because I've done this one. I don't think I've ever done purchase. But let's see if what happens if I just take it. We're going to find out. That's what's going to happen. All right, let's check our stability on Corral now, because dropping to 10%. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we could fix it by just throwing people into science and putting our apothecary in. That would be one easy fix here. We could also just build another garrison. That would get us plus 10 and work us towards our builder star. I'm not opposed to that necessarily. Actually, this is a cool spot right here. Put like a garrison out on the corner here. That's actually kind of cool. I don't mind that. I don't want to, like, those are spaces for other things. Let's build this really quick. Let's check our religion. We are spreading. Our tenant numbers are going up pretty quickly here, so I don't think we have to get Tota G in right away.
Now that the city has 15 research quarters,
there's an agrarian
it's
star.
going
Beauty.
to need thousands of coffee shops.
There's a science star. There's a dip. Okay, that was an excellent little... How are we sitting now? We are 1,000 points behind Icarus in first. That feels pretty good. And we're kind of cruising at this point, so that feels really nice. A first move up has been made. Hasn't come through yet, but Burley going aggressive, choosing the polls. Burley looking for perhaps some revenge on whatever war is being waged right now. A very intriguing set of circumstances unfolding geopolitically before us. We've got our aesthete star. We got our diplomat star. I don't think we're getting more of either of those. We're not going to get a merchant star. So it's all about, do we want this second builder star? How many builds would it take? That's going to take 9 builds. 9 builds to get this builder star. And you're talking builds that are going to take multiple turns. You're talking 4 turns for a build, 6 turns for a build. Watu, how many turns for a build over here? Yeah, like 6 to 5 turns for a build. Corral's gonna be shorter because they have a lot of industry. And then what do we got over here? So I think that's it for us. I think that's our star count for this particular era. I don't think we push for basically anything else here. I just don't see us getting anything else. We've got my typical thing is I like to see 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 3rd level stars. I don't like that we're not going to get the builder star. That's unfortunate for us, but I think we can just start one turning in our nousts and then prepping for moving up. We already have someone who moved up. I don't foresee getting this star. I mean, it would take so many turns to get 9 more builds in. I guess the question is, if we take this, we'd get credit for what? Like at one extra build at least? There's no districts here. So we'd get a single extra build from that. If we take it, we can put in, I think we already put in all of our nousts in all of our territories where we can. So we can't noust anything else additionally. We could put a noust in here. We could noust this territory again. But it got burnt down last time. But although for 76, I mean, we might as well just do it again, right? Just stick it in here. Immediately they're debating whether they're going to come in and squash it. Right away they made that decision. Now we need, what, 8 build? Oh my gosh, look at all of this. Okay, so we have to be kind of careful. We leave that one, I think. We'll grab these 2. Because we have to get back. We have to get back onto land. Yeah, we just take this path back. We're getting pretty heavily damaged at this point. A bunch more curiosities from that guy. Perfect. Well done. And these guys, I guess, are kind of going in this direction, I think. We're just gonna float around a little. These guys are gonna hold. This guy is gonna collect both of these so that these guys can just continue. Oh, we actually get on land in this turn. Nice. Get these guys in. That guy will go collect those curiosities. This guy will join this army. Oh, do we want to upgrade him first? 844 gold, but he becomes a knight. We're going from scout to knight. If we bought 1 more iron, we could decrease the cost by 5%. but we don't have the gold to be able to do that right now as far as just maintenance is. I'm just going to do it. Boom. Add a knight to this army. Now we're going to go burn down Fang. I'm going to do it. I think we're just going to do it. He's already at war with somebody else. Can he really afford another war? I'm not sure. We'll find out, I guess. We will find out. So we're not going for another Builder Star, I think, is our determination here, right? So let's start one-turning Nousts. We gotta start one-turning all of our Nousts. Yeah, that will work. That gives us some access to some pretty good market quarters in a tile spot that's really awful. So let's one-turn a Noust there. We'll have to check each of our cities every turn now. We also have 7 turns before we're going to start burning science anyway, so that works pretty smoothly for us. Either of these works, right? So we'll just click and go. Burley is moving. Burley we'll get the move up notification for Burley on this next turn, and so we'll know that Burley has moved up to take the polls, which we already figured out. That triggers us to try to move up maybe faster. If we want the Muggles, that's probably our indicator, right? That we need to go at some point soon. Anything else we need to check? These are not going away.
See you again.
Okay, we can make another treaty proposal here. I think we just propose like monumental contractors.
We would all benefit from growing.
Please be quick. I have important people to talk to.
We have 2 turns left on all of these. I'm going to leave them up for 1 turn, so we need to check on all of these next time, and we'll renounce all of them. I don't understand why Burley is getting salty towards us. It's a little bit frustrating to me.
You have my greetings, but that's all that you're getting.
Okay, we got a lot of anger. A lot of anger coming from Plosive. This is not a surprise if you know anything about our streams over at twitch.tv/MadishMoose on Friday nights when we play Humankind. You'll know Plosive's AI and I have a history of bad relationships. So I'm not surprised to see this particular anger and aggression. Let's propose humanitarian aid, because it's good for both of us.
I have a proposition for you.
Look, it would have been mutually beneficial. But instead, you declined me, and that hurts my soul. Okay, are all your Nousts in? Okay, well, we kind of have to build this garrison. Do we have to build this garrison before we start one-turning Nousts? We have 7 how many Nousts do they have to put in? Just 1, right? I guess just 1. So I think we can get away with building this. Oh, we took over Colossus of Rhodes as well? Ooh. Very nice. We have Colossus as well. Man, what does Colossus get us? How many wonders do we have? Notre Dame has been claimed by Burley. We got 3 wonders in that last era, though. Plus, we built Maz, and now we have taken... Oh, and Temple. And now we have taken over... Wait, where is Colossus of Rhodes? Plus 15 industry per adjacent harbor. Oh man, where is that built? We need to take advantage of that. And then plus 50 militia units spawned when a city is under siege. Oh, that's nice. And militia not lost over time during sieges, so we can just hold on siege. That's pretty cool. Okay. So we definitely want a Noust right here. But we can put that in. We can put that in when this garrison is finished. We need to make sure we don't drop like horribly in Corral. I still am not understanding how this attachment... So this attachment should have been minus 20. Minus 30, minus 40. Like, I'm seeing minus 40. I see the minus 40 here. Oh, there were a bunch of... Oh, this was a city. There were a ton of districts in here. 100% forgot about that. That's right. We essentially just attached a city. That's 20 on the attachment. 30, 40, 50, 60... 70, 80... No, not that. 70, 80, 90... Yeah, it was like a minus 90 attachment. Well, there you go. Answer our question. I forgot that this was a Free People city that we burnt down and claimed, and so now Corral is just, like, struggling under the burden of everything that was part of that. Okay. That makes a ton more sense now. All right, well, so Corral will have to work to right that particular... almost kind of a grievance on my part. That's on me. I think we should attach this in as well. I think Huatu should attach this in. They've got their Noust already. This is gonna put a strain on the city, but it's gonna get us 12 industry, 22 food. Food would be okay. Only 2 people living there right now. It's not a... I'm not sold on having to have that attachment. Yeah, we need to let's let it recover a little more. Let's let it recover a little more before we do that. At least let it get up to its 95%. There is
the Congress of Humankind.
Burley has
A
unlocked
place
the
where the world's
Congress.
powers come together to solve problems. Or try to, anyway.
Congress is very fascinating. It unlocks a whole nother level of the game. We have a new civics vote right away. Uh-oh, we have a somewhat... Yeah, they're ransacking... Yeah, they're ransacking the Noust already. Unreal. Unreal. Here's our first vote. I mean, I don't really care on this. I'd like this to be what we go for, but... Actually, Icarus is voting for that. I might vote against it just on principle, you know? Just on principle. What doctrines do we have going into effect? Nothing in particular. Everyone's kind of in the middle right now. This is the one to be very careful with. If your geopolitical axis on this particular doctrine, if the axis on geopolitical swings towards homeland, the 100% war score bonus here that you see, that is, in my opinion, almost at a level of broken. Now, it's difficult to get because everyone has to kind of be on the same side of things, but I really want to push myself back over here because I do not want this 100% war score. It makes wars completely ridiculous because what happens is if you win or lose a war, your score is doubled. And when your score is doubled, you can claim so much land and other things from your, like, way, way, way more than is, like, you're like, that. It's mind-bogglingly good if you win and mind-bogglingly bad if you lose. It causes these huge fluctuations and shifts in power in the game. It's very weird. I want to avoid that at all costs in this game, basically. So I'm not even going to vote on this right now. I don't have to. I got like 18 turns to vote on it. I don't really care either way. So here's the ransack. Immediately, explosive is like, oh, get your Noust out of here. Unreal. We got lots of votes, lots of things going on. Look at the navies up here, though. There's a curiosity for us, which is nice. Grab the one. Let's have him grab the other. And then he can just move his way back onto light. Beauty. Alright. These boats, I guess we're just manually driving them. Hey. That's nice. And we need to get them back into our land, actually. If at all possible. Because we just need to... Now we're at the point where we just need to get them fixed up, repaired, back on. I think we just burn this down now. This is a hugely risky move, so we'll remember this moment on turn 118.
You'll have to forgive me.
With war support looking like this, with all of this happening, 7 demands against us, I am going to poke the bear. We're going to try to burn this down. We're going to attempt a burn down here.
Attack.
3 turns to burn, and then we'll... I guess we have to, like, claim somewhere else and then move it back or something. I don't know. I mean, that's obviously the spot you want it on, but that bug is going to kind of kill us. And that will allow this city... Actually, which is kind of strained at this point. That will allow this city to attach all the way through here if we need to. And expand, like, that'll be perfect for us if we get this done, for this city. It's gonna cause a lot of geopolitical tension, but, okay, so this Noust is 2 turns away from being built. We're not, how's the builder star looking? Like, creeping towards it? Yeah, we're not really creeping towards it, so I'm not overly concerned with it. So let's do the flip, right? We'll flip the Noust in, get the 1 turn on that, and then let's check each of our other cities. Oh, these guys have reached this point. These guys have reached over here. What do we got? We got spearmen and warriors. We got chariots and warriors. We got chariots and some archers. So I think there's enough here that I think we need the support of our other army. So let's, do we dare to upgrade some of these guys? We don't really need to upgrade these armies to take this, right? Let's just get these guys in the water. I meant all of them. Let's all go together. Oh, Burley's got a guy in our way. These guys were just kind of cruising around down here, right? I think I want to send them back around now, though. Like, we don't want to get too lost away from our potentially defending our mainland. These guys are going to hang out for a second. Thank you for your exploration. I appreciate that. And the ramifications of our decision to burn down Fang, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. Burley's attitude
Tell
changed
me your
again.
concerns, friend.
Burley, have you lost your war yet? How is that war going? Like, is there... You're downgrading treaties with me, so I'm assuming your war is going well? But I don't see how that's possible. Where are you fighting that war? Krakow is now a city, so Burley has made a final... Like, he's turned this into a city, so that's... This is why they're fighting, probably. There's a lot of contention through here, and then Burley probably actually wants to be fighting... Oh, Burley already vassalized Nox, so Burley and Nox are friends. This is the only border that they share is down here, so that war is probably just some long, drawn-out... No one's really probably winning that fight. Don't like all of Burley's units here, or Plosiv's units here. But they shouldn't. I don't think they'll get drawn into the fight when we choose to make the fight. That fight is currently in our favor, but I don't want to... I want to make sure we're well supported in that fight. Okay, here we go. We gotta press the end turn. Oh no, we gotta start nousting. I forgot. We need to noust away. Let's get our nousts in. That's a 62 food noust. All of our adubas are in, so that's good. We got a one turn in all of our cities now. These guys are down to 3 food. Yikes, but that's fine because it's 17 turns to growth, so we'll be able to just kind of sit for a little while. We have our final agrarian star already. Let's get nousts in, and then every city from now on, every city is gonna have to check it at the end of every turn and 1 turn nousts, right? So this noust needs to get flipped out as well, because we already did that. That's a Kothon. What is this? Is this a holy site? It's a ceremonial plaza. Where do we want our noust? 25 food or 20 food? And that sets up for some really nice... I mean, technically we did it for the food, right? But that does set up for some pretty... If we put it over here, we got at least one, like, really nice quarter. I'm gonna put it over here for this one. Let's do that. We can put some market quarters over here. Put that in. Next city. Nousts are being 1 turned here. That's all their nousts, so we're good there for now. The noust is in there. The noust is in on that one. We have 1 noust to put in here, but we're going to get the garrison in first. Get the garrison down, then we'll noust in that city. And then this needs to be 1 turned. That needs to be 1 turned. That needs to be 1 turned. So we're all set up and ready to go. We are now 1 turning everything in. We're going to get close to being ready to move up here. I think the move up will occur in the next episode, probably. But I think... Alright, we got an osmosis event. Tell me this is not a cultural osmosis. Tell me it's a science... No, actually, I don't need a science one. That would be bad for me. I'll take a cultural one, actually. Replace. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Minus 50% cost of signing treaties. Well, now we can actually go in here, since we had to put that in. We could switch it to minus 50 higher cost, but I mean, I'm... If we're gonna make treaties, like, I'm not opposed to voting fellow peoples here. Swing it back in our favor that way. Alright, Ransack is ongoing. That's going to take 2 more turns. We're going to lose our Noust there yet again, which is... I hate it, but what can you do? We got that Osmosis event. We already dealt with that. And removing our units. These guys are prepared to get in the water. And, man, we can just cruise. Look at that. We off the land, into water, we can still move another 4 tiles. Beauty. Alright, these guys are all healed up and
Notre Dame
ready.
has been constructed. Our Lady has been built by your opponent.
Hold! Wait! Stop! Go back! Okay, so let's just send them back here so that we know to go grab that. And that's why you move slower, you know? Okay, these guys have done their work. They can go hang out in our territory. 2 turns left on that burn. So far, no repercussions. Oh, wait, there's an... Okay. Go get this, I guess. Sorry. I didn't know another one was going to show up down there. These guys are cruising around over here. See if we can't poke our heads out and find that. Perfect. Oh my gosh, the movement! Movement is so nice. Oh, there's another one over here. We'll go get that one, too. That's going to cost us because we're going to get damaged a little bit, but... These guys are hanging out. These guys can move more? Okay, there was actually 2 more movement we could get out of that. Okay, now we got to go 1 turn all of our nousts. So we're swinging back around all of our nousts. We're going to find our next best spot, a 58. I'll take it. We'll move it into the queue. Go to our next city. We grab our noust. 23 and adjacent to a stupa. What a strange placement. But the stupa's just going to get surrounded by other things. There's a harbor here already. I think we go to this side. Let's go to this side on the off chance that we want to do something different with this. Put it in over here. Move that in. Get it 1 turned. Why not? Just fill up the queue a little more, you know? Okay, these guys are good. Watu is good to go. They can actually build the Noust. Or actually, I think we should probably put the turns into Tota G. Let's start putting turns into Tota G. Because we can at this point. 26 food of... Okay, never mind. Let's start building some infrastructures here. Okay. Because we're not going to get the Builder Star, right? We already decided the Builder Star is unattainable. Yeah, we still have 10 to build. It's just not. It's just actually 8, right? It's just not possible. Okay. So we 1 turn. Did we 1 turn everything now? I don't think we did, actually. But these guys have no more nousts to put in. Do we let them finish their nousts? Gets us a ton of food. Actually, I mean, the Noust is not going to help us. Maybe we switch to, again, kind of need food here. Maybe we switch off of building things. Start putting in a few infrastructures in some of these cities. I'm not opposed to that. Let's see really quickly. Corral has 2 turns left on that. We know we're going to do that. Okay, so I think we're good. We'll end turn and move along. See if we can't get... Anug is now starving, so that's not great. What kind of ramifications we have? Another big curiosity collect. Why? Wait, we just ambushed? I want an ambush, apparently. That increases my war support. We got reparations available.
Come to demonstrate
Icarus
your
is,
customary lack of tact, have
Icarus
you?
is frustrated. All right, we're going to renounce both of these.
A mere indiscretion.
And it's
unimpressive.
Oh, man.
In every way.
It's getting real interesting. 2 turns so we can make another embassy agreement. We're just... Oh, they got incense? +3 money per incense on all cities. I think we purchase this. 175 gold per. Okay, we're going to see if this is worth. This is going to be a really risky test. 175 gold in maintenance costs, but we're buying gold. We're at 62, right? So up here, we're at +62 per turn. This says it's going to cost us 175 per turn. Where does our money go when we buy this? Down to only 55. So well worth the stability and possible future like stuff. All right, we also want to buy these horses. I want to pass up on that. This is why I check this every once in a while. I want to pay attention to any things that we've been missing. All these are bought. Again, I think we go copper at some point in the near future.
You have my greetings, but that's all that you're getting.
I'm sorry that everything is just always so angry for you. But it's fine. What, Early? Can we please do a customs exchange? Like, is that so hard?
I have a proposition.
It's that hard. It's that hard. We have a tenant to choose? All right. This might be our last turn, potentially, after we set stuff up. But we'll see. We have a tenant. Excellent. Purge Idleness has been taken. So we did not get first tenant. Zoroastrianism got first tenant in the 4th level. But that's fine. Because what that means is that Mandate Patronage is available if we want it. Plus 2 money on the city or on trade routes, which is nice. Plus 2 science on Religious District is actually, for us, might be kind of crazy. Plus 15 industry on Main Plaza and plus 2 industry on Religious. This would have been big for us. So that's big. That's a big miss for us, unfortunately. We're not going to do Gluttony. We're not going to do Mercy. Mandate Patronage would get us gold. And we're not building Commons Quarters. So basically, we're choosing between Develop Intellect and Mandate Patronage. Honestly, if we develop Intellect, we are going to fly through science. Like, we're just going to have so much science. I wonder if we balance it out and take Mandate Patronage because of that. I don't think we're running like a ton of trade, though. But plus 2 money on Religious District would fix a lot of the money problems we have. And I really don't feel like we need to push science. We've got so much science already that we've been having to, like, burn it at the end of every turn. I think we balance this and take mandate patronage here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go with a balanced effect on our religion. And the thing is, we're actually probably gonna take donate generously here, but just in case it gets taken first, then obviously we can snag raised monuments, which would be really, really good for us as well. Oh, he's got it already. Oh, Icarus has gone all the way to 4 tier. Icarus has already taken raised monuments. Fascinating. Okay, I probably should have checked that. Maybe because now we know we have to go donate generously. If I would have known that, I think we would have gone with the science one here. I think we probably should have gone develop the intellect. Because then we could have taken donate generously here. Again, you get plus holy sites. I like this one the best, although we have a lot of cultural wonders, so this would be huge for us too. Icarus is cruising through tenants. Fascinating. All right, so we maybe made a slight error there. All right, these guys are ready to... we want to come on to... we just want to be on land, I guess, right? We'll come on land. These guys run the attack. Actually, no, because that causes some real problems for us. We want to bring these guys... This army is going to come around and attack this unit, actually, because that's going to draw battle lines that actually make sense for us. These guys can hang out. We go over and grab this, because that's what we wanted to do with these guys. They're actually fully healed up now, which is kind of nice.
Setting safe.
Oh, we can't cross this way, because that's Icarus's land now. Okay, so we have to go north, actually. Oh, well. Icarus is trapping my units everywhere. Those guys grabbed that. Let's see. We don't want to do that. I'd love to not take damage, but we could just move this way. There's probably something up here to collect anyway. Technology doesn't really matter. We got 3 turns before we need to actually make our move. This is going to be our final turn of this episode, it looks like. We need to jump in and 1 turn all of our stuff. That's going to take me a little bit of time here. These guys are going flood irrigation. I'm fine with that. They actually have 50 food now, so they're not actually in desperate need of food. Oh, and we had some problems in a nug. We have to check a nug for potential starvation issues, right? Let's go ahead and place this Nouse now so that we can put any excess production into it. Look at that Nouse. 28 food, 15 industry, 5 gold, 3 science, and 5... It's just like it's such a good district. All right, let's put it down. This actually would be a good spot too. Just not as much food, but there's... Yeah, we'll just put it here. It's fine, and we'll stick that right there. So once the garrison is done, we'll get turns into the Noust. That's perfect. Anug is losing population in 5 turns. Wait, did we just put 2 turns into this Noust? We have money, though. Should we just buy... Oh, we don't have any way to get more food here. Oh, it's because we're way over pop cap. Son of a gun. Tota G actually fixes that. Tota G would get us food because of Angkor Wat. 10 turns to build a hamlet here. These stupas are just never going to go in, are they? They're just never going to go in. We really badly need hamlets here. Can I buy a hamlet? There's no way, right? Oh, I could. I could spend all of my money on a hamlet. Or I could spend 1,000 gold on 6 food. 6 food would slow this a great... You know what? We're just going to do this. It's actually really tempting to just buy this hamlet. I did it. That was, I just sloshed all of my money on a hamlet. Yikes. Okay, so we fixed that problem. We gotta keep 1 turning. These guys, is this our last one? No, we had 2 more to put in. Ooh, okay. There's 57 more food once we get this one in. So we'll get the Noust in first. The stupas might have to wait, basically. Oh, boy. Getting tricky. Getting tricky. Getting balanced again has become highly problematic. That guy in. Alright, the Nousts are already... We're already good here. We have turns into the Nousts here, so yeah. Alright, so that's it. Awesome. That is going to do it for this episode. We need to finish getting our Nous 1 turned. Next episode, the move into the early modern era will occur. What will we pick? Will the Muggles still be available to us? And I will give my breakdown on what I think about each of the cultures in the early modern era in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked the content. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We come up with these videos every Sunday. If you're subscribed and have those notifications on, it'll let you know when we come out with them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week.